We are recording and we are live. We are going live in our Facebook group, the Rewrite Your Mental Constitution. Let me just make sure it's up and going. I don't know. Let me see if it's in there. Technology, I'm telling you. Are we live? I don't see it. Okay. Several steps, I guess. No. Is anybody able to message Magda because I'm going live, it's going a little slow. Is it in there, Elizabeth? Okay, cool. Thank you, ladies. Tell her just to go in the, poor Magda. Magda, you're gonna have to watch it live. We love you. We hope you can see us, Magda. If you watch live, and if you wanna comment, you can comment in the comments. I'll make sure I keep peeking in on that so I can see you. Okay, we are live there. And I'm just going to lower the volume. So, okay, good. We're good to go. All right, everybody. Well, ladies, welcome back. Welcome back, and congratulations for being here on day 2 of Rewrite Your Mental Constitution. I know yesterday was a little heavy, and it was, I think, eye-opening for a lot of us to really get some revelations, right? Build our confidence and some enlightenment, right? And that's what this is for. You know, I want you to understand why we created this, why we created this program. It like we said earlier, it's like the foundation. It's the foundation that all of the powerhouses are going to have to go through before Powerhouse Academy. So it's really to kind of, we're taking the layers off, right? We're ticking off, we're chipping off all of these different layers of negativity mindset that keeps us and prevents us from taking action. So the stronger this muscle is, the more likely you're going to be able to do the things that you've been wanting to do for a long time, and really taking action and being able to move without you being in your own way. Okay, so how many felt something different just after one day? Please tag me. Please tag me when you post. Who's that? Boy, I have the biggest smile right now. Oh, you guys are cute. Okay. Yes. So tell me if you guys can even talk. If you want, you could raise your hand if you want to talk. Leah, you want to say something? Hey, Leah. Did you want to say something? I hit you.
Oh, no, I was just raising my hand to say, yes, I felt something different.
No problem. No problem. Thank you. Yeah, you guys could type it in too. It's up to you. But if you want to talk, raise your hand in the chat, in the attendee list. Okay? Yeah, and that's one day, ladies. That's one day. Okay, so I want you all to realize that, see, in the night, what happens that every time somebody comes in, then this happens. And I have Leah right next to me, and Leah's not even there. It's crazy. This webinar style that I'm working on, speaker view. I don't want speaker view. I want that view. I don't know if I can take her off of here. Can I remove like that? Once removed, will not be able to rejoin the meeting. No, I don't want to remove Leah from the meeting. Leah, did I remove you? Oh my God, I'm just messing people up. I think I kicked Leah out. Oh my God. Oh my God, because I don't know if anybody can message Leah. See, we're having all kinds of technical difficulties today. Let me message Leah because she probably got kicked out too, like Magda. This is why I didn't want to do webinar. Give me a second and we'll get started. Okay, please watch on live because you can't get back in. Okay, we're not going to do this again. We'll figure it out. All right, you would think as many Zooms that I do, right? You think as much Zooms that I do that I have this down, but I don't. Okay, I've done several webinars. I don't know what I did. Thank you, Leah. I'm so sorry. Magda and Leah, you guys got booted. I'm so sorry. I love you. I'm so, so sorry. Thank you, Danielle. Appreciate it. No, you don't have to all log in. I don't know why. If someone joins, right, wants to say something, they come on screen with me, and then they can't get off screen once they come off. So I remove them, and I'm thinking I'm removing them off the screen, but I'm removing them out of the webinar. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to let you guys talk though, but I'm not going to remove you. I'm not going to remove you. So a good evening, everybody. Like I said, this whole program is to bring you some enlightenment, to bring you some aha moments, to bring you some revelation, and do some soul searching, right? Some deep, deep soul searching on how we think, how our thoughts control our actions, how our thoughts control our movement, how our thoughts control our future, right? And everything that we're trying to do with our business. This is all coming back down to our business and us taking action. So whenever we're talking about anything when it comes to mindset, I'll always bring it back to your business or whatever you're trying to build, okay? Because we're all here, we're all trying to build something, all right? So today we're talking about the observational cycle and the cycle of circumstance, okay? So we're talking about your value, what we put time into, what we see, right? And how we see things for ourselves. And also, what we focus on, the things that we focus on. And the things that we focus on, right? Just like a magnifying glass, right? Just like a magnifying glass. If you hold a magnifying glass to a spot, right? What happens? It burns, right? It starts to burn. So what are we focusing on? What are we putting the magnifying glass on in our lives that we want to burn? Not burn down, but I mean where we want to create something, create a flame. Where is our magnifying glass? Where is your magnifying glass? Is your magnifying glass at your job? Is your magnifying glass in front of that television? Is your magnifying glass avoiding things? So you do random stuff, you go hang out more, you go do crafts, things that it keeps you busy, but it's not the things you should be working on. Where is your magnifying glass focused? Okay. So we're going to talk about all those things today. I am going to share my screen. If you have any questions, please put it in the chats so I could check it out. Who can share? Only me. Yep. Okay. Only host. All right. Okay. I don't like the webinar version because I can't hear you guys talk or chat about anything. And that's not fun. Yesterday was better, so we'll fix it. We will fix it. We will fix it because I don't like this version. Do you guys agree? I don't like this version. I can't hear your voices. I like the interaction that we had. So we'll have to do it the other way and we'll figure it out. All right. Okay, this is what we're going to talk about today, ladies. Okay, because I just like to scroll through. Day 2, observational cycle of circumstance. We're going to talk about, like I just said, your enlightenment. What came to you, right? What was revealed to you? What soul searching have you done, right? As of just yesterday with the things that we talked about. And just so we can review yesterday, what we talked about was, we did your dream life visualization, about thoughts turning into things, how seeds, right? The seeds that we planted, and mental law. We talked about mind culture, things that we didn't have time to go over because our discussion was too in depth and everybody was talking and chatting it up. And I think we all related, we all connected. We didn't get to mental customs and mental atmosphere, and I'll review that in a little bit. Okay, but today we're going to focus on your true value, right? Your true value. What is your true value, and understanding the true value of you, right? And what we already have all inside of us to be successful that we don't even realize. And some of us have it and are not using it. And And it's just like, it's sad, right? It's sad when we're really not understanding the true value that we have inside of us, that we don't need anything else. It's already there. Some of us feel we need more. We need to learn more. I need to hang around these more people. I need to get more information for me to have abundance of value and to be this true powerhouse. But it's already there. But how do we tap into it in a deeper way? Okay, the secret of power and what that means, the secret power that we have that we don't even realize, right? And then how do we reconstruct this way of thinking that we've built up inside of us? So giving you some ideas on how to do that, all right? The reconstruction process. And like I just mentioned, the magnifying glass. Where are we paying too much time? And the reason why I say paying, because we're paying a price. We're paying a price for spending too much time on those things that don't show a return on investment. They don't, right? Whether it be a job, you might get a paycheck, but is it showing you return on your investment of your future and what your true self and what your inner vision and your inner desire is? It's really not. And then the power to be, how to just be, how to be that person that you want to be, how to be that person that you desire to be in order to accomplish everything that you're trying to accomplish. Okay, so this is what we're going to talk about today. Right now, does anybody have anything to say? Yeah, I like the interaction too. We're gonna go back to the regular way tomorrow. So my apologies because that is way better to me. All right, so I'm going to go over just the mental customs that we talked about, the mind custom and the mental atmosphere, just a little bit because we missed it yesterday. So I want you to understand what mind custom is, right? According to Webster's dictionary, mind custom is defined as a habitual course of action, right? Recognized uses. Custom defined as a noun reads made to personal order, right? Custom made, it's custom made for you, right? So these thoughts personified especially for you in your thought type, completely predictable. As we spoke on the conditioning of the mind through culture, that conditioning gives rise to ideas that produce a way of thinking that becomes habitual after being thought over and over again, becomes custom, right? We don't even realize it. Thoughts that we think and what we tell ourselves over and over again become custom. When a line of thought or way of thinking becomes repetitive, it is then passed over to the subconscious mind and impressed upon it. It then becomes part of your nature or natural state of being, and then begins to flow through us in response to stimuli that triggers it into active thought. These automatic thought responses to our family, friends, associates, environment goes forth into expression and action without a moment's consideration whether that particular response will heal harm or hold us back from more favorable results. It is another mental trait that takes from us the power of choice. And along with that power of choice goes our ability to master our own destiny. Now, ladies, I want you to understand this. And I want you all here to understand this, how powerful this is, because the ladies that have been coached by me, that have worked with me one-on-one, right? That have access to me one-on-one as your coach. Think about all of these mental things that go on in your head when you have to reach out to me, when you have to send me a message that you're telling yourself. And say you didn't have me. You didn't have somebody to reach to. You didn't have somebody to say, Chandra, I'm dealing with this, or Chandra, I'm feeling this way, right? And you just went with that thought that you had. And I have to catch you and I have to shake you up and I have to say, nope, we ain't doing this today. We ain't doing this today. This is what we're about to do. So if you didn't have me, that thought, right, that you're accustomed to having would have prevented you from moving forward. You wouldn't take action, or you wouldn't do that thing, or you wouldn't respond to that person. So you have to realize that these customs we have to dismantle, right? We have to get rid of these. So that mind customs that we're always thinking, that how we're always acting, there's some that I have too, right? All the time. This is why I need coaches. I need people in my corner. I need friends that push me, that shake me up out of these customs, these mind customs that we're telling ourselves over and over again. because we will fall short of getting to our destiny if we continue to listen to these mind customs. All right. So I just wanted to briefly, because that was from yesterday, and also mental atmosphere, right? What is your atmosphere? And this is kind of have to do with think like a millionaire. What would a millionaire do? Are you acting like that? The vibe you carry around all the time. What kind of atmosphere are you creating? An atmosphere of lack or abundance? Would a millionaire think like this? Would a millionaire act like this? If you are thinking some stuff a millionaire would never think, then you are not creating that mental atmosphere, right? If you're thinking like, oh, I'm going to save money, or I'm not going to spend that because I don't have it, or, if you're thinking I'm not going to spend money on that investment that I need right now, but because I'm scared, I got to save money. Like, that's not how a millionaire would think. A millionaire would say, let's buy it. We need it for the business. Let's go. Because they know they're going to make that money back. So you have to think in abundance that money is going to come right back to you. Okay, it's going to come right back to you. And what I can tell you, as I live in a mindset of abundance, every time I spend money, it comes back to me. Sometimes twofold, threefold. Right? The more we hold on to it, the more we hoard it. Right? The more it's going to be hoarding from you. Right? So be free in spending your money, because it will always come back to you. If you're living in an abundant mindset, I promise you, it will. It just appears. I don't know, but it just does. Okay? And I mean spending it on things that are going to prosper you, things that are going to grow, things that are in abundance, things that are going to build into something. All right? Okay, what are people saying? What are you guys saying? How do you start with mental atmosphere in the first place? How do you see the large atmosphere in the beginning steps? Well, I think you're not going to see the large. You have to visualize. You missed the beginning yesterday. Liz, I don't know if you were able to do the visualization. You came in late. So if you can go back and watch the video from the beginning and doing the visualization and envisioning yourself where you want to be in your ideal work day, in your dream day, in the day that, a day where what did I call it yesterday? Your dream work day. I gotta look at my notes. But I want you to go and see that, so you can visualize yourself there. Okay. And when you can visualize yourself there, then you can see yourself and live more in abundance and be able to see that atmosphere that you have to create for yourself. So go through that exercise that I did. It was like a meditation exercise. All right. Yes. Visualize it. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Anybody have any questions based on what I said? So I want to talk to you guys about a story and understand and give you guys an example, kind of like a metaphor, maybe, in a way of understanding our value, right? And understanding our true value and what that means. So I want you guys to you could close your eyes if you want to, but imagine a woman, okay, in a big metropolitan city, whose husband has died and has left her with great financial fortune. She has unlimited financial power at her fingertips to do whatever she pleases. Okay, she has all this money because her husband died, right? He left her all this fortune. Okay, but she chooses, due to a variety of self-created reasons, not to do anything with it at all. She has limited wealth and power, yet she gets no more from it than if she were destitute and on welfare. She knows nothing of her power to do, her power to build, her power to give, her power to change her life and the life of others. She is ignorant to what she has and who she could potentially be. One could even say that she's insane. You ladies have such power in your hands, and sadly, just like this woman, would have to classify yourself as ignorant or insane for not using your power to create a better life for yourself and your family. So I want you to see that money that we said she had is your potential, is your gift inside of you that you're not utilizing, right? That you have it in you already, but you don't even realize how much is there, what you can do with it if you really built it, and how much wealth how many people you can help if you work that muscle, and if you shared it with the world, and if you utilized it, right? So you have access to unlimited ideas, unlimited energy, unlimited wealth, and unlimited intelligence, right? You do. And I'm here to teach you what the application of a few fundamental principles can do to change your life. Because within these principles are the keys to unlocking your great fortune of potential to achieve greatness and power, right? We have to be able to unlock this, right? As long as you continue to live by the mental laws of your self-government and mediocrity, you will continue to limit yourself to superficial conditions. You will always be the labor barrier of someone else's cause. I'm telling you, this sits with me, okay? The labor barrier to somebody else's cause. How many of you are the labor barrier to somebody else's cause right now? And that doesn't mean that you're helping in a charity, or that means that you're working hard for somebody else's dream, right? You're working hard for somebody else's vision, right? You're putting those hours for somebody else and not yourself. More for them and less for you. The labor barrier of someone else's dream. I want you guys to put that on your wall. Labor barrier, I'm going to put that on mine. The labor barrier of somebody else's dream, and put a line across it, and to make sure that I don't never go back that way. Because that's what I used to do. I used to sit on all these boards and commissions and volunteered this, volunteered that, and break my back and then give all this time to a job. And it was never, I had all these visions and ideas, and I was excellent at what I was doing, but I was the labor barrier for someone else's cause or agenda. Yeah, I know, it probably feels like it's directed at all of us, all right? So the secret power is in understanding the unlimited resources of our own mind, right? The unlimited resources of our own mind. We don't even know, we don't even realize how much control we have. This is why we're just trashing it, collecting the stuff and throwing it out, right? We have to push until something happens, push until something changes, push until you pushed every person and every idea out of your life and mind that is contrary to the life you want, right? Awareness is paying attention, and paying attention is being present and noticing the things, the people, and the ideas that you do not belong to you and the real you, all right? A lot of us have ideas that are not ours to have, right? That occupy in our brains. We pay way too much attention to the things that we don't want. And I want you to understand, the key word is pay. And like I said earlier, we're paying because we're not receiving we're not getting a return on our investment. And we're paying attention to things that don't give us a return on investment. Maybe just a paycheck, but that's about it. Okay? So I want to understand your true value, okay? And see it just like the woman with that unlimited riches. Those riches that this woman has are the riches that you have inside of you. And you all know you have those riches. You all know you have those riches. And when you finally can understand what those riches are and you define them, and this is why Powerhouse Academy I love it, because we find what those riches are. We find what those riches are, and we give you the strategy to really implement them and put them to work. And I didn't even realize what I was creating when I created the mental constitution and I had help. This is not all me. This is stuff, like I told you, I had people help me develop this to pull it out of me. And it's even helping me, right? It's making me stronger as well at the same time. But this is so important to have before you try to strategize and take action. You have to be able to believe that you have these gifts and these treasures like this woman had. These riches like this woman had. And understand, once you believe, once you have the confidence, there's no stopping you. Have you seen how many women entrepreneurs are out there right now? More Black women entrepreneurs, more Latina women entrepreneurs. I mean, at record numbers. And I think what's going on, and just like with politics, We are seeing our value. We're seeing our leadership in a different perspective, right? We're seeing it more valued. We're seeing that we do have a voice, right? And our voice matters. And I think we are all being triggered by that in a good way, right? And saying, if they can run for office or they can start a business, I can too. So it's encouraging people that are, that are working for other people and have a gift to finally say, F you, I'm out of here. I'm gifted. I can create my own wealth. I can create my own business, my own income for myself. And we have so many resources, not only in our mind available, but at hand. Social media, laptops, phones that work as computers, right? There's absolutely no excuse where we can't be successful, right? Where we can't find the tools and the resources we need in order to move forward, right? In our destiny, all right? So I want you guys to understand the true value and understand the true value that you have inside of you, those riches that you have inside of you, right? And if you only knew how to use them, if you only knew what they were, and you believed what they were, and you can really take action and utilize them into the world and share them with the world. Share them with the world. Okay? So I wanted to share with you guys that story about that woman and make you understand that the riches are the same thing as your gifts. All right? 1 second. Okay. Anybody have any questions so far? So I want to kind of have a chat in the chat. What are the things, right, that you are paying too much time to, right? That's not producing a return on your investment. This could be your job, a relationship, family, hangout time. You're spending way too much time with your friends, hanging out, not doing anything, drinking wine or whatever, wasting time doing random things because it's just easier to do. I see that so many times, is that people will do the randomest things to avoid doing the thing that will help them grow or the thing that will build their business. Ladies, what are you doing with your time? I give so much time to your job. I was able to see anyone else's messages. Is it just me? Oh, I don't know. Did you guys want to talk? If you're raising your hand, let me know if you wanted to say something or you're just raising your hand. Yeah. We all are giving way too much time to those things. Why do you think you're giving so much time? Can anybody admit that you might be trying to avoid something? Is giving your time to that job easier than working on your dream? I've seen it sometimes. It's just easier to avoid it. You raised your hand earlier. Okay. Do you still have something to say? You guys might have to tell me because I'm working this out. Okay. Let me know if you're raising your hand just to say something. Lakeisha, do you want to talk? I unmuted you if you want to talk, Lakeisha. Yeah, learning about it. A lot of us do that too, Leah. Lakeisha, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I didn't know what that was for. I was agreeing. So it was
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're just raising your hand in agreement. Yeah.
hand. My bad.
Okay. No problem. No problem. Yeah, Leah was saying I give too much time to learning. How many people do that, right? Watch video after video, book after book, right? They think that like one more book or one more chapter or one more video, I'm going to be the expert. I'm going to be ready to pound the pavement. Right? How many of us do that? Research, 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 right? Too much research. Too much research. You're going to research yourself out, right? There's nothing that's going to get you there faster than action, right? Nothing that's going to get you there faster than action. So you have to take action, right? Enough research, enough videos. Yeah, that's good. You guys are admitting it. I want you to admit it. I want you to dismantle this. I want you to understand that we are not spending our time wisely, right? We are not spending our time wisely. So I want you to understand that, right? I want you guys to understand, just like we talked about, where do you have the magnifying glass? Where is that focus at right now? Where do you need to shift this magnifying glass for you? Where do you need to shift the magnifying glass to focus on? Because right now your magnifying glass is everywhere, right? It's everywhere. And it's not lighting the flame on anything because it's everywhere. You guys get it?
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand that. So you have to get that magnifying glass and you have to focus, right? You have to focus. What are people saying? If you're making a mistake, yeah. What does Yesenia say? I have felt like this for the last 6 months. Too much of my energy and time is being pulled by dealing with husbands, stepchildren who are very damaged emotionally. I feel as if it is keeping me from focusing on growth. What I'm also lacking is prospecting. I need to develop a routine of prospecting 50 contacts a day. How do I program myself to do this? You just have to do it, right? You know what you have to do, right? You're telling us exactly what you have to do. And I know sometimes it's say easier said than done, but at the end of the day, you are in control, right? You have to catch that. When you catch yourself putting time into other things, you have to say, no, I'm not going to answer that call. I'm not going to respond to them today because it's toxic. If it's toxic, right, we have to push these people out. Sorry, love you from a distance. I love you, but you got to go. If you're not adding value to my life, right, you can't be the savior. You can't save everybody. Yesenia has to save Yesenia. So then Yesenia can be strong and Yesenia can help everybody else, right? But until you won't be able to do that, right? They're just going to be taking from a cup that is only half full. Your cup is not full right now. So you're telling us what needs to be done. You know what needs to be done. Now it's just time to do it. It's time to zone in. It's time to understand how your mind is working and really pay attention to your mind. We're trying to control our minds, ladies. This is the time. This is how we're learning to exercise this muscle to benefit us, to benefit our dream. How are you going to exercise that muscle that tells you that you can do prospects tomorrow? No, do prospects today, right? Not tomorrow. You have to do it today. Yeah. Your cup's almost empty. We want our cups to be on overflow, right? So then we have more to give. What did you say, April? They say block a specific timeout on your schedule daily and then commit to focusing on the goals only. Yes, time block. Time block is a way to do it. You block that time out on your calendar. On Tuesdays, this is what I'm going to do. So like for that's how I'm able to get work done. I have specific days where I have only phone calls with clients. I have specific days that I'm doing follow-up and reach outs. Follow-up and reach outs, that's my money makers, right? Because I'm following up with people that want to sign up for Powerhouse Academy or type of coaching with me. So I'm following up and that's all I'm doing. Email, text message, inbox, following up with people. That's where the money is in the follow-up. So I'm definitely going to block it, right? You doing prospects, that's where the money is, right? So you got to block it. Especially if I wanted something really bad, I'm going to go after the money, right? I'm going to go make the money because I want to buy something or I want to do something. We have the power to create money at any time if we wanted to, right? If we put our mind, if we focused, right? We focus. You guys have everything in your mind and at your resources and at your fingertips to accomplish your goals. Time block the day to do the things that you need to do. Okay? So you can't pour from an empty cup. None of us can pour from an empty cup. Okay? Our mindset renewal for success will cover the observational cycle, right? That we cause by believing false ideas about ourselves and our business simply because of what we see at the moment. You guys hear me? What we see at the moment.
Right.
I will show you, right, how to keep winning mind set up in spite of what you see and currently dealing with. Because that's all we're seeing right now, right? And that's what we're basing our future on what we see now. We're not basing it on the visualization that we did yesterday. So as you guys are moving towards your goals, visualize that April getting out of bed. Visualize that Yesenia getting out of that bed and that assistant and that butler bringing you your cappuccino. Visualize you walking out to that Lamborghini and that Porsche or that Range Rover or whatever car that you wanted, or your 2 cars that you have in your driveway, right? That abundance, thinking in that way, you have to visualize it. You have to be able to see it, not focus on the circumstances right now. One thing has absolutely nothing to do with the other, right? What's going on in your life right now has absolutely nothing to do with your vision and with who your future self is. We think it does, but it doesn't. So I want to reveal to you the many negative suggestions that may slip past your awareness radar that you have accepted as the truth of your life, when the fact is you have always had what it takes to win the entire time.
Wow.
We've had this inside of us this entire time, right? Nothing's new, right? We could watch video after video, book after book, watch Chandra's video after Chandra's video, but you're not gonna, it's still inside of you. It's already there. And you know it. You all know it's there. It's that thing, right? That special thing that made you always stick out from everybody else, who had all the big ideas, right? Who was the leader in the group? Who was the superstar at work? This is why it eats you up. This is why you're here, right? Not everybody's here. If this was for everybody, there'd be a lot more women here. But it's not. You wanted more. You want to be able to pull this person out of you and find this person, who that person is. Who is that person, right? Let's see. Erica, you want to say something? Let me let you in. Okay. Did I unmute you? Sorry. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No, you know what? One thing that I notice about myself is like whenever I join something, so like I did Miriam's mindset challenge, or when I was doing Powerhouse Academy. So when I'm in a group that gives me exercises and holds me accountable, I do really well. And then the minute I have to hold myself accountable, I start off strong and then I start to like fall off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to figure out why I do that. I don't know if it's like self-sabotage or if it's just kind of redirecting my focus, but I've noticed that about myself. So like these 5 days, I'm going to be really actively thinking about what we're talking about. It's going to stay in my mind and I'm going to be kind of like gung-ho. And then I'm hoping that I don't fall off, because that's kind of been my habit.
Yeah.
And so I need to figure out how to get away from that.
Right, Erica. And this is why doing this work this week is so important, because it's your mindset at the end of the day. I don't think it might not be anything specific. And self-sabotage is a part of having a mindset that is kind of a limiting mindset, right? Mm-hmm. When you have acts of self-sabotage. So working on your mindset is definitely going to build that muscle so you don't do that anymore, because you're going to be thinking in a different way, right? You're going to be thinking in a different way. And accountability, and sometimes people like you, and that's even me, right? I would sabotage myself. This is why I have to keep a coach. I have to keep a coach by any means necessary. And if that means I have to make more money, I have to make more money so I can pay a coach. I just do it because I need accountability, because I will sabotage myself and I will get lazy. Get lazy. But this is why you have to build and do this work in this week, right? We got to really like listen, and we really got to do the work and understand and really like, okay, I'm going to work on this. Now I know that's there. Now I know this is messing with me. Now I know I have to work through this and do the work. Do this week. It's like crawling back to the comfort zone. Yeah. Right. This is, yeah, I'm telling you guys, and this is the great thing is that, you know, we also have to understand we have help. We have people, you have sisterhood, you know, especially some of you powerhouses, you guys have access to women, and now you have each other in here, okay? You have each other in here to hold each other accountable and push each other. There's nothing like that, right? And that's free. And that's free. So there is absolutely no excuse why you can't make things happen. There's absolutely no excuse. Once you guys have all the tools, and like we just said, it's been inside of you this whole time. Your gift and who you are has been inside of you this whole time. It's just, how do we continue to work it, right? How can we unleash it, right? How can we, I want you guys to think about a lion, right? A lion knows it's a lion, right? A lion acts like a lion, right? A lion walks in like smooth and suave, and it's like, I know I am the king of this jungle. Back up, get off me. Like, you can't touch me. You won't even come for me. The lion knows he's a lion. You all are lions. You have the lion in you. You have that in you too. But we're so suppressed by our mind customs, our mind cultures, the media, everything that has suppressed that and has told us otherwise. But it's there. So I want you to think about people that are out there that have that persona, right? That lioness persona, right? Of they're dynamic people, right? They've done the work, right? They've done the work. They might have come up a different way than you, but they're chipping at that work, and they've had a whole lot of aha moments, like, right? I've had a whole lot of coaching to get me to where I'm more confident, even though I'm learning with you all. I'm not an expert at this stuff, right? I just sat with several people and came up with the stuff with them, right? As it pertained to what I've seen with the women that I worked with. So I helped them craft this. We craft this together. So we all have a lion inside of us. The lion is there, and it's been there. Just like all of that, those riches like that woman had, it's been there. How do we cultivate it? How do we stop getting in our own way to let that lion out? Okay. Anybody else raise their hand so I can make sure I get to everybody? Let me see. Let's see. Give me a second. So I want you guys to write this down, okay? I have the power to be and the intelligence to do whatever I determine within myself by my sheer will to stay focused on a certain thing. And I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to put it in the chat as well so you guys have it. I have the power to be and the intelligence to do whatever I determine within myself by my sheer will to stay focused on a certain thing. You have it in you, okay? You have the power. You just have to do it, all right? You have to take action. Let me put it in here. So I want you all to talk to me a little bit. I want you to talk to me a little bit about focus, right? And I know Yesenia, you had some questions, and I promised you all we would have business questions along with the mindset work in here, okay? So we can align that, right? So you guys can balance it with your business, right? And you can understand how important mindset is to you accomplishing your goals and moving forward. So Yesenia said, how many follow-ups are good? When is it too much to become a harassing act? I have great potential leads and have made 4 to 5 attempts and no luck of getting through to somebody. I don't follow up more than twice. I don't follow up more than twice. Because if they really want to work with you, then they'll come to you. I'm not going to chase you, right? I'm not going to chase you and force you to buy from me, work with me. This means you have to do a lot more, you know, like just just really speaking to your customer, speaking to your ideal client, and your clients will come to you. And you'll know exactly who your clients are to reach out to them. So I hope that helped you, Senya. Yeah, 4 or 5, just let them go. You might have to be speaking to your ideal clients or really finding who your ideal clients are. And I don't know if I know you're in life insurance. I know sometimes there's some restrictions with marketing, but if you have any restrictions, let me know. So then I can help you and give you some ideas. So let's see, anybody have any business questions? Anybody want to come on and speak? Raise your hand. Anybody? You guys are all good? Who said me? Marissa, you have a question? Go ahead, Marissa. Marissa, you there? Unmuted. Wait. Unmute. Unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you. Not so much a question, but more of a observation and maybe like some feedback. Was it April Smith who talked about blocking time and for different things? I cannot emphasize how important that is. You know, also a combination of you have to make the time. You know, Chandra, like, you know, talk about the whole, you know, spending too much time on things that are not going to come back. A little bit complicated my scenario, but I have this week, believe it or not, cut my hours. My kids start school on Thursday. You know, I'm going from 7-8 hours a day with my mom to now I'm doing 4 hours, and it has made a huge difference because I'm here at the house and I'm, you know, working on things that I want to work on, which is good. But definitely the blocking is important. Definitely having one day where you can, I feel like I'm playing catch up now because I have all this time, which is nice. But I just want to emphasize that, yeah, the blocking and having, so it doesn't, like, there's just so much going on. It's just better to break it down in little pieces. Like, okay, you know, okay, I have my material. Okay, who do I need to, you know, get the product to? Who do I think might need the product? And in the context, like you said, like, we got to make money. So who can I sell it to? So I think April's comment is like right on, and your comment about focusing, because it's hard. It's really hard. It's a daily thing, but the mindset of you got to just keep doing it. It's hard. And I agree with Erica. I'm the same way too. I did the you know, I did the limitless thing too. And it's like, when I'm in a group, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Because you have like a
Accountability team.
Yeah, but
Yeah, partners.
and it's easy to get distracted, but definitely feeling like the structure part is a big deal, and definitely the focus is a constant thing that needs to be worked on, like daily.
Yeah, we make time for the things we want.
Yep.
Right, we really do. We make time for the things we want, and the things that we, you know, are trying to accomplish. We make the time. You think about it, you make the time for other things. You make the time for other things, right? For other people. I'm talking to everybody here too, is we make the time.
Chandra, I'll tell you, like, even this evening, I mean, usually I come home, like, I'm coming from my mom's, driving in here doing the dinner. I already told everybody, I said, this week it's 7 o'clock. Sorry, I'm busy. You know, because I knew I was going to be doing this. And you're right. It's just a matter of making a decision. And I think you're happier. And then I think, like, my family, if I'm happy, they're going to be happy. And if I'm not happy, they're definitely not going to be happy. So it's like, this is my time. It's my time. So
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you, April, for that. And Chandra, you're right. The focus, whew, it's a hard one, but it's doable. Definitely.
Yeah. The mindset work for us to just cut the crap. All right, cut the crap already. We already know this crap that's going on in our head that thinks that we need somebody to tell us what to do, or, you know, to give us, you know, we're constantly giving ourselves the excuses, and we don't have time to do this. I'm too tired. My job. And I'm telling you, like I told you yesterday, right? Your job will drop you in a quick, hot seconds. Okay? They don't care about you like that. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but they don't. They don't. So you need to be able to be focused on your thing and not feel guilty about it. Not feel guilty that you work 8 hours instead of 10 or 12, that you have boundaries. The problem is that we don't put boundaries with our jobs, right? We feel like we got to go above and beyond because we have to prove ourselves, right? You're proving yourself and you're putting in all this time to this company or this organization with no return on investment for you other than a paycheck, right? So you got to put the bare minimum, right? If you really have a dream, right? You say, Chandra, that's easy for you, but I can't. If I have deadlines, I have to get it done. I'm on salary. I have deadlines. I have to get it done, right? Well, do the bare minimum you can when you can. Get help that you need, but understand that you have a choice. You have a choice. That job, it will still be there tomorrow, right? You have a family. These companies need to understand you have a family and you have other life. You can't spend your time working your whole life away for them. But we get so comfortable and we make it easy, right? We get so comfortable and it's easier for us. It's easy for us to just go clock in, clock out, work for somebody else and have somebody tell us what to do rather than to live in fear, right? And take action on our big vision. That's safer. It's safer at that job because they tell me what to do. I have to complete the project and that's it. And I can go home and be done. That's easier. Instead of really taking action and taking risks and maybe getting embarrassed, maybe failing, all these things, right? So I want, if you can, so the ladies that work jobs, do the bare minimum. Honestly, I'm sorry that I'm saying that, and I'm just being honest. Do the bare minimum. If you really want more for yourself, do the bare minimum. Write that on your wall. I don't know what you're going to do. Put it on a tattoo, something write it on your hand. If you really want to envision that woman that we envisioned yesterday, do the bare minimum. And that's what I did. And now I'm probably going to have to add that to my webinar, my Leave Your 9 to 5 webinar. Do the bare minimum. So, anybody want anything to say? I hate this. Tell me in the chat if you want to speak and I'll hit you up. I'll hit your hand and I'll unmute you to bring you in, okay, to say something about this. All right, I know it's easier said than done. Leah, you said, can you add it to the live? I don't know what you mean, honey. Can you please explain? Magda said, my husband always tells me that I am afraid to succeed because I am always scared. She also says, I'm realizing through therapy that I have a lot of voids in my life that keep me from believing in myself. I have never been validated since I was a little girl. So that continues to keep me from moving. Yeah, Magda, I'm so proud of you, Magda, because I know, being your coach, I know what you've been through. I know what you've been through based on what you've told me, right? And you keep pushing, right? We've even had a conversation. We had to catch and switch a thought, a negative thing that came out of your mouth. Like if you say anything negative about yourself in my presence or in chat with me, I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to tell you to change that up. Say it again. Reverse it, right? We're so quick to put ourselves down. But if we've never been validated, right? If we've never been encouraged and pushed and supported, right? Magda, you have a whole lot of layers to unravel, right? And to peel off. But you're doing the work, right? And Elizabeth, you're doing the work. You're showing up. This is part of the work, showing up and doing the work and taking action. You all have taken action on something, even though it was scary. You took action. Because I know that a lot of you have dealt with trauma that really affects you from moving forward, right? Like I was telling you, the woman that had PTSD from trying to go start her business and then it failed. And, she was in bankruptcy and had nothing to her name. She has PTSD. She doesn't want to take action again. So we have layers to unravel. The difference from then and now is that she has a coach and she has strategy and she's building things. Like she really has help along the way. She didn't have that before. Madi, you want to speak? Let's see. Go ahead, Madi.
Hello.
Hi.
So I watched the recording yesterday, and I totally can identify a lot with Magda. My mom, same way as Magda's mother, very negative, always afraid, and unfortunately, I'm the same way as her as well. In some ways, not always, not in everything, but listening to you yesterday and listening to what you're saying today, it's so true. Like, we are the ones that are limiting ourselves. We're the ones that are in our own, we're blocking our success. We're in our way. And something that I always do, and I find myself doing, is making excuses like, oh, I'm too busy. I'm tired from work. I have to do chores. There's always going to be something that's there. The chores are always going to be there. And it's like, when are we going to put ourselves first? When are we going to put our business first, our dreams, that vision? When are we going to take action and execute? And those are the questions that I've been asking myself lately. Like, you're right. You've told me what to do. You've given me a plan. We've gone over this many times, yet I still find myself having that mindless chatter, the peanut gallery, the inner mean girl that's telling me, no, you're not good enough. No, you're not smart enough. You didn't finish college. We're always having that chatter in our head, in our minds. And it's just time that we shut it, because it doesn't serve us.
Right. So pushing, like I said earlier, push the thoughts, push the people out. And it is easier said than done, but you guys are chipping away at it. It's not going to happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is constant work every day. And celebrate the little wins that you guys are having by just showing up, right? Just by realizing it, by catching it. This is all growth. Knowing that thought is there, that's growth.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Knowing that you're thinking that's growth. That's all growth. It's more than you had yesterday. It's more than what you were thinking yesterday. So you guys have to appreciate that, and you have to not be so hard on yourselves, and understand that it's a process, just like a business. Everything's a process that we're working on, that we're moving towards. Sorry, I'm looking for my charger.
Yeah, it's a daily task, and that's what we often forget, because we're peeling back those layers constantly. I've been working with the life coach for over a year, and we have gone through so many blocks in my life, and I continue to keep peeling the layers, finding new blocks, new limiting beliefs. And you have to work every day on retraining your brain, because we're programmed to see the negative.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're programmed to see the negative. We're not programmed to see the positive things in our lives. So we have to make a conscious effort every day to look at all the amazing things in our lives, our blessing, and our vision. And that's something that I've been doing, is, what is it that I want? What is my vision? What is my 10-year plan? And keeping my eye on the prize. And that's been helping me out a lot.
Yeah. Good, Monty. I'm so proud of you, because you definitely have grown a lot, and you're going after everything you want. This is all growth, right? Sometimes we feel like I'm not moving fast enough. I'm not doing it fast enough. And I think even Magda said this. I just feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like doing enough. She's selling houses. She has her business teaching kids Spanish through music. She has 4 children, right? She's a mother, she's a wife, but she's like, I'm not doing enough, right? We have this superwoman mentality that we think we have to live up to. You don't have to live up to this, ladies, okay? You don't have to, right? You do start following your dream, start building the vision, okay? You don't have to, your clothes don't have to all be folded. The house doesn't have to be immaculate. Some things are gonna have to fall by the wayside when you are going after your dream. So you don't have to be superwoman. Some things might need to not get done, and nobody's gonna die if it doesn't. I promise you, everybody will live. right? If they have unmatching socks for a week, they'll be okay. I promise you. You're gonna hire a housekeeper. I'm telling you. There's a Shireen, tag Shireen in the Powerhouse Alumni Group. She has a house cleaning resource that is super cheap, that you can get an unlimited amount of house cleaning for one flat fee a month. It was very low. It was crazy. It didn't even seem like it was real, but message her. We need to celebrate every layer we take off. That alone is huge. People die taking goals and dreams to the grave, and also die never changing mindset. They die with a poor mindset. Exactly. We got to celebrate it. This is why I'm saying you guys are here, right? This is why you're here. We're chipping out these layers. We're peeling these layers in order to get to where we want to get to have a strong mindset in order to really accomplish the goals that we're trying to accomplish. So exactly, Yesenia, thank you for saying that. So I want everybody to this is what I want